Bermuda Triangle Crisis. This is Wonder Woman Season 2. This was a super cool episode of Wonder Woman. I thought it was really enjoyable. We're going to talk about it using my space system story. Pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. There was a dilemma here for Wonder Woman. So the storyline is there's this bad guy called Manta, not Black Manta, although that would have been friggin' awesome if it was Black Manta. But no, it was just Manta, regular guy, Raymond Manta. And he's taken over an island in the Bermuda Triangle, which is close to Paradise Island, and and the United States is trying to build a nuclear facility on that same island or in that area, and this guy is responsible for shooting down planes and destroying stuff, and no one can get to him. He's building an army. The dilemma here is that if Diana helps the US and actually stops this guy, clears him out, then the US is going to build that plant there. And then that's going to potentially be dangerous to Paradise Island. So she could be hurting her fellow Amazons. But if she doesn't help, you've got this crazy guy taking over stuff and he's messed up too. So what are you going to do? She talks to her mom, and her mom is like, look, she gives a riddle thing like, oh, when the darkest is dark and the lightest is light, whatever, some kind of, in blackest day and darkest, I know. she gives some like cryptic advice, which will make sense later because it's a TV show and that's how TV shows work. I do want to say that this is the water suit appearance, first appearance of the water suit or key issue, spec issue, but you got to get this episode. First appearance of the water suit. Pretty cool. So Wonder Woman spins around, Diana spins around and becomes Wonder Woman, spins around again and gets the outfit. I like that. I thought it was really cool. So that was really neat. I like that, they're going undercover. This is part of the story. And there's a part where they jump out of in parachutes, and Steve gets trapped in this tree. Diana wakes up, turns to Wonder Woman, rescues him, puts him down, and then pretends like she's knocked out and lets him wake up first. It's very nice of her to do that. I don't know if she was just trying to make it seem like, save his reputation a little bit or whatever. But that was a really nice moment just to have of her doing that. She didn't have to do that. But I thought that was really cool. I'm just looking at some of my other notes here that I don't want to miss out on. Well, let's get to the pacing anyways. I'm going to give the pacing a 1.5 as well. I didn't feel that this was boring. It moved along nicely. Diana and Steve are constantly in motion doing something. They're not just standing around. They're moving towards a goal. They're trying to get stuff done. So it makes the show go quicker. There is decent amount of appearances of Wonder Woman herself, so that's really cool. For the artistry, I'm going to give it a 2. There was actually a lot of cool stuff. Everything looked good. Lots of locations. I felt like it wasn't just like, oh, here's like the set or whatever. Everything looked fine. The guys on the island, there's some good shooting. They're like shooting missiles and blowing stuff up and jumping in parachutes and all that. Look, this show is an older show, so it's not going to have the amazing effects. I'm always judging these shows against themselves, like what they can accomplish with the money that they have and how well they did it. They didn't just slap a bunch of crap together. They tried to make it pretty good. Wonder Woman does a couple of good blocking of bullets and stuff like that. I also find that when she's spinning around, the cuts are a little bit better. I did always prefer that first couple episodes where it was really slow motion and she would remove garments and then become Wonder Woman. It was very gracefully done. I understand for time constraints and budgets, they just have to do the, but they're editing it pretty good. Like, it's like sometimes it's very seamless. You're like, oh, that was a couple of times. You're like, well, yeah, but this one, it was pretty seamless. For the characters, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. Firstly, everybody knows that Wonder Woman Linda Carter is the friggin' best. Like, that's standard. No, if anyone says she's not the best, they're insane, and don't trust them. But Steve Trevor was pretty good in this one. Again, great character moment of Diana helping him out, and we did have the jungle look Diana. I guess that's another new outfit, jungle look Diana, with like almost just a loincloth. And Steve's like, whoa. That was fun. But the bad guy Manta, he was pretty damn good. He's been the best like human bad guy so far for me. He's a badass. He's like, oh, I'm taking everybody down. It's like, oh, you want to control the world? He's like, I don't need to control the world. Why? It's like, I'll sell these guys some guns, tell them, hey, this guy's plotting against you. He's got guns. You need better guns. And then I'm going to go to the guy who I just sold the gun. So I'm going to go to his enemy. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to give you some weapons to fight them back. And if they fight each other and blow each other up, I'll come in, sell them medicine, and I'll help them rebuild and stuff, and sell them, supplies like and food. And you're like, what a stinking piece of garbage. This guy's a bastard, man. He was a great villain. He didn't get scared that Wonder Woman was around. He's like, whatever. So I actually thought he was pretty damn good. What else? What other stuff? I mean, everybody else was fine. The weapons were kind of neat. I'm going to give the enjoyment factor a 1.5. I really liked this episode. I think it was pretty damn cool. So I'm giving it a 8.5 total score out of 10. A lot of fun, man. I love this show. I think it's great. And it is Wonder Woman. I mean, a lot of this stuff, it doesn't have all of the villains and all the crazy stuff of the comics. And if you've been seeing some of my flip through comic Wonder Woman, where I flip through every page of Wonder Woman of a comic, you can see some of the crazy stuff that she's battling, like these giant serpents and dragons and all that. And they were never going to really actually have that in this TV show. And I didn't see this show. I don't think I saw this when it aired. I wouldn't have been, I was born in 77, so I saw it on repeats. But look, they were never going to have that kind of stuff happen. And I think as a kid, I knew that. And what makes it work is Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, of course. It is her show. Like, she is the shining star of it. And everything she says and does is pretty awesome. So there you go. Love this episode. Love this whole series. Please remember to like the video. Consider subscribing. Check out the Wonder Woman playlist if you're into that kind of stuff. That's it. Until next time.